Welcome to the Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I'm Gypsy Girl, here to give Cancer another reading for the month of July. And as I was cleaning the deck, Cancer, these cards just fell. And I said, instead of shuffling them again, I said I would start the reading with this. Because this is good news, first of all. And I'm only cleaning the deck from the last reading. So your good news is coming in quick. King of Cups here. Of course, it's a celebration of ideas that you have wanting to go forward because you've made your plans. Again, this is a closing off. Not so much a closing off, but a reward, because this is the World card. With the World cards, it's just dessert. So you're going to start afresh. And that's where you have that legacy of either you're getting married, for one, you're ending a relationship for others, then there's that victory that causes you to stand up and fight off adversity. That's why I said I would start the reading with this, because it is good news, but we're going into a time of change, and this is where your change is coming in, Cancer. So those of you who are making changes, it is for a positive end. I thank you, Spirit, for your guidance, for protecting me, keeping me safe, for protecting collective, keeping us all safe on our journey for evolution and change and growth. Those of us who are leaving relationships, you will be getting into other new relationships. It may be different types of relationships. If you're looking for friendship, if you're looking for associates, you know, it's fits to your story. Either way, you are ending up and beginning anew. It's cycles. Cycles are closing off, and some cycles are beginning. It doesn't stop, right? You keep going. What does Cancer need to know for the month of July? Thank you, Spirit. Look, these cards keep falling out. So we have, this is a big one. Again, it's the beginning, just desserts. There's that love, that unconditional love. Then there's the Hierophant, so it's divine guidance, it's intelligence at high levels. That self-love is carried over. So you're either teaching or you're loving. You know, you're giving that reverence to love through example. So you're bringing in love through the work that you've done. You're showing up as bringing things into balance with the Three of Wands. It's as if you're going off into new ideas, because your just desserts are coming in to give you that possibility to have a higher knowledge, to pass on information, like you're being a teacher and you're celebrating that higher knowledge. So maybe you're graduating a level of university, whether it is for graduation or you're doing a master's or doctorate, but you're climbing up that ladder, and you're sharing, and you're expressing it through that passion for teaching or loving education. Either way, you're working hard at it, because you're getting a lot of fives here. You have a five of coins, so that sense of lack is it's closing off. You're putting that burden down. Whatever you were thinking. Oh no, wait. It's It's not thinking at all, it's doing. Because that Five of Pentacles is picking up where you left off. So celebrating time. Okay, it's as if to say you're paying off time that you gave up for education. You're gonna benefit now because of it, because what you were studying, you're graduating through that to give you that sense of success, because you have the two tens. You have the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles, so it's a completion. You have the World card, so you have another ending here. So you're shifting, major shift is coming for you for the month of August, because this is July here, but it's going to carry into August. So you're probably ending up August, because here it says it's a 9, the 9 of Wands, and then you have the 10 of Wands. So you're going in order. You're going as Spirit wants you to. You're following your path, and that's a good thing. And what you think you've lost, you're going to gain it back in booms, because you sacrificed. You sacrifice your time and your energy for your education. Those of you who are thinking, well, now I've graduated, what am I going to do? Well, you've picked something, and if you continue or go down that path, it's going to bring you what you're looking for. And don't forget, bridges are everything that lead us to a whole new beginning. Once you cross the bridge, you have a choice to make. The path will open up, and that is your graduation, bringing you there for those of you who are following studies. Now, graduation and work as well. You may have given in enough effort at work that you get the promotion. If you've applied for a promotion or a position, it will come to you depending on what it is that you have applied for, and if you're in your capacity. If you've given and proven yourself, where you've given enough in that sacrifice, okay, that sense of your contribution, if you've given consistently, then it's going to come back to you. So I feel like it's a technicality that held you back for some of you, but you've made up for it now by giving that extra work or that extra effort. It will be noticed. It will be noticed. It has already been noticed. What does Cancer need to know for the month of July? Again, what's going on now in July is a culmination. So even though we're looking into July, we're really setting ourselves up for August, because by the mid-August, you will see major changes coming. And when I say major, it's not for everyone. It depends on your situation. If you're at a culmination point in your life where you've given and given and given, and you feel like nothing's coming back, it's coming in. And those of you who have started that momentum to give, and you're realizing that you need to put in more effort, by doing so, you are guaranteeing your just desserts to come in by August. And this is working with eclipses, because eclipses are coming in, and coming in. The moon phases are shifting, so if you're following your moons, then see where the last full moon, we just had one not too long ago, and then the new moon coming up on the 4th, I think. That's where you might want to start looking in again to what you've set up to come into fruition, or if you've made plans that you feel you're going to get results. Look for the full moon and the new moon. What does Cancer need to know for the month of July? I feel more of you, not more of you, but this reading, it seems to want to carry into August, because I keep thinking about August for fruition. But then you'll know. What does Cancer need to know for the month of July? This is your month, eh? Thank you, Spirit, for protecting us, keeping us safe. First line. So the reading stays the same, the layout, I mean, hasn't changed. The first line is all about you, your situation here looks very nice. You have a plan going, or you've come in to realize strategy on issues or situations from the past. Maybe people were taking advantage. It's brought to your attention, or you're figuring it out, or you're strategizing for success. The truth is coming out, or if you were tricked or in a trap or in some kind of stealth where someone was stealing from you or plotting, scheming, that kind of behavior, that is coming into clarity. And we'll take cards on this because this seems very shady here. The intuition you're working with, because you're given abundance as well. And these two are shining the light on truth and abundance coming in, following intuition. But then there's a trust issue. So again, it's this card here. The Seven of Swords seems to be working in the negative, but the truth is coming out about it, and we're going to look into that. So the second line is your significant other, and if you don't have one, well, then you're looking at people who you know, people who you work with, your family, friends, associates, strangers that you come across on a regular basis, where you just cross them, associates, acquaintances, and such. This is the second line. So we have, yes, a little bit of turmoil going on here. We need a new beginning coming in where there is a loss that is recognized. That's odd. Maybe these two cards for this beginning, and then there's a loss. There's like a beginning and a loss at the same time. Regret. What is this? Oh, we have a few cards to question. See, I'm glad that I started the reading with the cleaning of the deck, because this card is back, and I got fixated on it, and that's what made me say, keep this as the introduction to this read. This is a standoff. I know that the Nine of Swords is mental anguish, but the physicality here, this is mental battle for one thing, on one level. But because I see it in this line, this is the significant other, if you have one, or people, other people. It's as if you're fighting off, or you're fighting with others for ideas, that leadership. Like it's a battle of who is the leader, who will take lead. It's creating anxiety about leadership, and this beginning, it's a beginning. So someone who wants to start up, or is brought to ground level, like their ego is coming down, because this is ego here. Their ego is brought to, I keep seeing ground zero, but this is a beginning. This is a beginning. So the truth and clarity, okay, where there is regret and loss. So there's a truth and clarity about a loss. We're going to look into that. And then, of course, the third line is, just raise the cards up so you can actually see them before I start the reading. This is the outcome of the read, the final line. Seeing some similarities, but I'm not going to do that for this reading. Okay, so we'll just have a quick look at the last line here before I bring them down. So we have intuition going on, and then there's that sense of repetition where you're tired of it. It seems to be a routine that you want to change. or needs to be changed, because we have innovation to change. And that comes from the sun, where this is the truth, the clarity. It brings in the end of it. Will say, well, you know what, I don't really want this anymore. So this could be an ego that is running its course, you know, that force, that it's just repetition. It's tapering out, because to have this brilliance and then wanting to move forward, and then all of a sudden moving forward brings it into a place where it's not really going anywhere. It's like going in a circle. So it dies down. As soon as the energy is up, it drops. And that is a sign of change that's coming, where something needs to give. So going across with this, we have another force. We have the 2 fours. Together, this is a 7. We have a 3 of wands. So the innovation that turned into, I don't know, I don't really want this. I changed my mind. I had this before, and why am I doing this again? That kind of feeling. Moving into, well, I'm going to change. I want to go and learn something different. So you pivot. Cancer, this is not a bad thing. This is just to say that you've come to realize that you need a change. When we look at these cards, there is a shift, because it's a 7, and there's passion in this 7, in this 3. This is creativity, wanting to learn something new, wanting to travel, even because of this boredom here. You come in with clarity, with a decision of, well, I need to shift, pivot, and you do. You follow your instincts. On top of everything, you're following your instincts, because you know that there is anxiety created because of whatever this is, which we will look into it. And then there's this sense of release, or not wanting to release, not wanting to let go, not wanting to open up because of a loss, because of a distrust. So we're sort of going in a circle of some clarity coming in, innovation to move, and then holding back, or being that the new beginning is giving you that test on your intuition, because we have intuition coming up twice here. Alright, so, and at the bottom of the deck we have the truth. We have our King of Swords, who he is bent on having the truth come out for healing. And then we have the King of Pentacles, who is stability. So honesty and stability is what will come from this new direction, new beginning, because you want to go in a new direction. You want to start something new, whether it is in work or in romance. Either way, it's a reckoning of truth, and you were in a painful, very sensitive. You were sensitive, because you are sensitive. But when I say painful, I don't mean physical hurt. I mean emotional hurt, like an emotional loss. Okay, this is the reckoning here, where this is painful from what you've been through, and the reckoning of it is coming up to heal. And then the stability will be created from the loss. There is, of course, there's recognition of the loss, and that in itself brings in the stability, because here we have the Four of Pentacles. We don't know if you're not willing to open up, or if you are hiding treasure, you know, what you really want out of life. You're holding back on sharing that information, because here it is, there is no trust. Okay, so we're starting off with the distrust, then we're working our way to, we have the double eights and the Ace of Wands with a 9 of Cups. So we have that sense of, well, I know what I want, and I'm going to be honest about it, because there's healing here with that truth coming up. Okay, again, we're gonna get this cards. Don't worry, it's starting to piece itself together. We have that sense of, I want to tell the truth because it will heal, and you know it will. And then there's the stability that comes from that healing, because you see your way clear to move forward, and you have the drive. Okay, the drive, and I don't just mean you, the drive is there. It's coming from the truth, which creates that pivot. And that is where the stability will come in, and the sacrifice, because we know what we know. We know how to do. What does it look like? His nose is on. Sorry, it just struck me there. It looked like he's bleeding in the face. But it's just the way they paint the picture. It's interesting. And blood on the face there. May not even be blood, but it just looks like it. Sorry about that distraction. It just threw me off. But again, the Eight of Wands is that mastery, because you know what you know. And because of that, you're able to say, okay, you know what? I've had enough of this. I want to change. I want to get into something else now. And this is where you will... There's no walking away. It's just a matter of pivot, where you decide to follow a new angle, a new direction. You know, you say, I don't want this anymore. I want to change and take what I have, and I'll make something different out of it. And that is what this is, because it's a new beginning here. And the innovation is coming from others, where their suffering, their anxiety is what creates this new beginning, where you see your way through the suffering. You see it. You see, okay, you know what? We could take this and work with it differently. That's where this truth comes from. And it could be a justice in the sense where it's a judgment call, where you make the call, or it is made by someone else, because we have a 10th sword with this 9, okay? And that is a culmination. That is where truth comes out. That is where the final betrayal is. But because we have a Fool starting off in the middle of this line here, well, it shows that information that comes to you, it changes the direction of things. It changes your mental, your willingness to work through whatever information is coming. So let's go see what that is. This 7 of Swords. Oh, look at that, it opened up. It's a celebration of swords, or a third party situation, because it comes to an end. And then there's working it out, looking at the details. This is where the truth comes in. There's the leadership. And then there's this self-exploration, finding out that things are not as they are on an equal level, coming to a 9, where we need to end something. And then the Tower comes down, and integrity is held up with this Knight of Pentacles who's working hard. So the details, again, it's a lot of information that came through, that you know about, that you're aware of, that you want to work through. You find something is lacking, whether it is something is missing, whether it is information or work, something that wasn't done or something that is to be done. But then this Tower will come down, because integrity is to be upheld, and working through the details. This is to make sure that boundaries are respected, because you're making this change. This is you. If it's not you, it's whoever you are looking at this for, a Cancer type person who has Cancer in their chart. And if it is you, Cancer, that's looking at this, then this is your doing. This is all about what you have done and what you're doing still, because you're changing. You're going on another direction altogether. That is the new beginning coming here. And this is going to bring things into balance, and you're going to be highly recognized for it. And then there's that unconditional love. So you're doing it for, I shouldn't say just doing it for love, but you're doing it for your to stand and be recognized. You're doing it for your integrity. You're doing it to uphold integrity. If it's not yours, it's for someone else's that you're standing and fighting for with them. It's a big change because it is as if you're humbling the self. The ego is being humbled. Again, with the sun here, is an ego. And then, of course, there's that self-exploration, that taking the relationship to another level. This is the Queen of Wands. She is determined. She has this determination built into her that she needs to move forward, and she knows what she wants. And this would be the Five of Wands. Again, it's more of that integrity to bring down this tower, that self-worth. Again, this is to help someone. If not yourself, you're doing this to help someone else, but you're doing it for the greater good, because this is the Hierophant, bringing things into balance by changing direction, by standing up and fighting for what you believe in. And if it's not for what you believe in, you're fighting the cause of someone else, because you're working through those details. It's all about integrity. See how that fits in your story. See what the sun represents in this reading here. Again, it's that self-love. And I say self-love, this is the epitome of love. This is all about unconditional love, being able to be open to giving and receiving love. This is a healing. So this is making up from a breakup, or making the beginning of a new relationship on a level of healing where everybody is on the same level, ground zero. That's what that was for. Starting over, being focused, dealing with work, a new job, a new position. You're beginning, or you've earned a new spot. And this is where, yeah, see, the devil is here with Ten of Swords and the Five of Swords. So we're looking at control. We're looking at taking the control, giving the reins, being able to focus on what needs to be changed. This obsession, either you're tapering it or you're revealing it. You're focused on it. So something needs to change, and it must be the truth. Something is coming out, you know, this is what is going on. Okay, so we're gonna fix it like this. We're gonna focus on stopping or slowing down or completely altering, because it comes to an end. And then it's the 15 here, so we have the devil with the devil again. So this is really going to be slowed down or cut out altogether. Whatever truth is being revealed, and then you're standing up and taking back, or taking over, or taking back, or taking over. And if it's in words, then it is what is said is going to be for innovation, is to promote, is to bring people on board. And that is what this is about. This change is to bring people in and make a change, or to change a situation, circumstance. Because there's a lot of distrust, and we need to follow instincts, and we need to change the angle, the direction. All of this is change, big change. So we're looking at turning a seriously difficult corner for the month of July for Cancer. But it's not so difficult if you're prepared for it, and if you want it, and if you are able to maneuver this change. Because it seems that is what I feel here. It is that you are empowered to make the change. You are empowered to take decisions and stop certain activities or block certain activities. Let's see what this Nine of Wands is about. See, the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords. This is where truth is being spoken and ideas are being worked through. The distrust is in that you don't want to speak because you feel that you can't trust who you are speaking to. Now that is quite interesting, because we have the Prince, or the Knight of Cups, him too. He is uncertain about what is being said or what to say, but there is a victory because of the Emperor here with the changes. This resembles very much Scorpio's reading. But then it's a water sign. So if you have a mix of Cancer and Scorpio, you may want to look at that too, because their reading here wasn't as intense as the first line of what you have, but it is recognized. Like if you listen to it, you will see where I mean. I'm not going into all those details, but being that this is where there's a distrust, there's an uncertainty of what is being said, you're questioning the truth, which is what you're supposed to do, because you will find out what is really true. And then of course the Emperor showing up here is it just means that you will take control. You will be either given or taking the control, and that is a change that is destined to happen. So if you're going into a leadership position, you're going to be very particular on the details of that position, and you should question it. What is it that is expected of you? What do you expect of yourself? What are you willing to give as holding on to that leadership position? Because whatever comes is going to be productive. It's a gift in itself. It is earned, and it is destiny. It is destiny. But I won't put this one in. So I'll leave it on the Wheel of Fortune card here, because it is stability that will come with the Emperor. We know this, okay? Stability is there. It's a question of timing. It's a question of timing. It's coming. And of course, the intuition, you'll know when is the right time. So what do we have with this Nine of Swords, please? So we have the Strength card. So the courage to go forward. This is the anxiety here, to say, okay, should I go forward and ask to begin anew, or should I wait? Should I end? Because this, well, you shouldn't end, it will be ending. The lies and deceit will be figured out, and then you will decide if you want to get married, or if you want to divorce, or if you want to end the relationship altogether. But this here is the courage to go forward and have that opportunity to get into a relationship. Could be the commitment for work too, but this is a commitment on love. And then I see walking away, and then I see a Nine of Cups with satisfaction here. And then there's the Knight of Wands, which is someone who wants to go into either a relationship or possibly ending the player life. So let's see, we have the moon that's coming up. So all of this is within the next moon. Like I said, look for the new moon, the full moon. Check when the new moon is coming in August. And that's what I was saying. Everything seems to be trickling into August, where you'll see proof of what is to come. Sorry about that, Cancer. I just had a little disturbance there. But let's continue. So by the next moon, so look for the full moon, new moon in August. It's on the 4th, and the full moon should be on the 16th. Okay, just check that for timeline, because there's a new beginning. What is this new beginning here? There it is, Justice. This is Spirit saying you are on your right path. You are healing. You know what you want. And then there's that 10 of Wands, which makes it into 12. So this is hidden from you. This is behind the scenes. So you don't even realize that this new path, well, you're realizing it now when you're listening to this, but this new path that you're setting on is going to bring you abundance. It is a gift. It is to set up for what you've lost, to give it back to you in another way. Your life is changing. You're changing direction. And it, of course, is destiny, and it is for love, and it is for reciprocity. You are getting back what was taken from you. You may not get it back in the same way you lost it. It may come in a different form, as riches or a home or marriage or companion. I mean, it depends on what you lost. If you lost a loved one, then that love, it'll come back to you in a different way. And if you lost money, then that will come back to you through reciprocity. The Spirit is not going to let you just be the giver and never the receiver. Let's see, what is this? And then, of course, the stability, the stability, that independence, that having everything that you need. That's what that is all about. This beginning here, you're on your way. Okay, you're going to be on your way, and if it's not you, it is someone else who is going to help you, or you are going to help someone else to get on their way. Okay. What is this? 5 of Cups. Oh, it's the Lovers. So a contract, again, could be for work, could be for what was taken from you. You have that contract, and now this was supposed to happen. If you did lose something, it was guided that way so that something else will come in. And of course, you have to wait to find out what it is, because you're being guided to go in another direction altogether, which is good. It's a good thing. It's taking something negative and turning it into something positive. Okay, because this is higher arcana. This is happening behind us. We don't see the results right away, but we are affected nonetheless. Our positioning changes our view. Okay, we are put in a position where we need to see things differently, and because it is in line with the Wheel of Fortune, this is destined to happen. 6 of Cups. So it's just pertaining to the past, because you lost love from the past. Again, love here, divine guidance, and then of course this will bring in peaceful time. Peaceful times are coming. Let's see, what is this 4 of Pentacles? Yes, the Magician. So manipulation, King of Cups, and the 3 of Swords. So this manipulation here, holding back secrets. Maybe it is the fact that either you or someone else has manipulated a relationship, or wanting a relationship, wanting to manipulate a relationship. But there is disappointment here. The Knave will bring in forgiveness. So if it is that the King of Cups has lost something here, the loss here, the truth of it is that there is forgiveness to be had, because it will be spoken and there will be justice if it's handed out. So if it is a secret, because this is with the King of Cups, usually that is a secret. He has secrets. He keeps secrets. He's got a lot of hurt that he doesn't want to share. That is going to change, because forgiveness needs to happen in order for the truth to be released. And you will feel that shift, and that is probably the shift that's happening for most of you, where you're starting to open up, where you keep everything inside. You want to let things go now. You want to let it out. You want to speak. You're being driven that way, and this is what is supposed to happen starting off in mid-July, where we're coming up now. It's starting off from the 16th. You're going to feel that pull to say things that you wouldn't normally just suddenly open up and say. You're going to feel the need to speak, because that is what's happening here. In order to heal this relationship, this loss, we need to be able to give in and forgive. And in doing that, in speaking about it, and knowing that there is a forgiveness that will come, maybe that will help you. It'll ease up a little bit, because you're looking for that opening to speak the truth, and that will end a cycle. Let's see where else we're going with this. Yeah, that dilemma. The 3 of Pentacles. It's from the past, and things from the past that have been held back, they're going to come into fruition, and it will bring a victory. New beginning, new beginning. Okay, let's see. What is this Four of Cups here? Ah, mental anguish. Going on anguish so much, but trying to figure out which way to go, what to say. Maybe how to speak the truth, what it is that you want to come out. And then there's that satisfaction. Getting that satisfaction because you're speaking the truth. You will have that commitment. And that commitment to legacy, for a wedding, for a marriage. Because you don't want to be alone. Again, it comes to this Knight of Wands over here, who says, I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to be alone. I want to be in a relationship and working on it. So by August, early August, you'll see the change. You'll see that victory coming in for having that relationship because of the truth. Again, you just need to be honest. Huh? You'll be surprised. What you think is going to be cutting words to someone else, it'll be just what they wanted to hear. You never know. Take that chance. The Wheel of Fortune is in your favor. What is this tool? The High Priestess with this intuition that seems to be going from all angles. It's affecting the whole reading. What is this tool? The Empress. What does she represent? Again, mastery. Knowing exactly what to say, when to say it, how to say it, and who to say it to. And doing that will bring in that victory to have that commitment that you're looking for, that you're almost afraid to go out and get. It is there for you. Have faith in your intuition. Have faith in that higher understanding. That what you know you want. The intuition, abundance. It's your time to get it. Cancer, do not jump to conclusions. Do not second guess. I know this is going to be difficult because your assumption is that it's not going to work, but you will have that victory. Things that you've wanted in the past, that you've been holding back on, you're going to get them. Look at that. I used the whole deck to give this reading to you. There is a healing, there is stability, and there is honor. You're going on the honor system here. And trust in that because you have the backup from Spirit. You have the time, your time is here now. That's what I'm going to tell you here. Your time is here and now. And what you think is not necessarily what is. Just keep that in mind. Don't doubt so much. Just know that if it is the truth and you're afraid to speak it, make that effort to speak that truth, and it will shift things around in your favor. What is the oracle message for this reading for Cancer? This is a beautiful reading. This is a true test. You're tested here this month of July, coming into the first and second weeks of August. See how you feel. If you have that nervousness inside of you, that anxiety, then you're on the right track. But you must speak. You must speak, and you must speak it in small doses, unless you really just blurt it out if that's what it takes to give you that closure. But that closure that you're going to get is a new beginning. Where you think what you have to say is going to end things, it's just going to start a whole new beautiful process. What is the oracle message for this reading for Cancer? I'm loving your reading. Every second that goes by now, I'm just loving your reading. It's a beautiful reading. This is a victory reading. It's not going to be easy though, because this is your own anxiety that you're fighting against. Or someone else's. I mean, take it as it resonates. If it's not you, then it's someone that's close to you, because you're very implicated here. Unless you are the cross-watcher for Cancer. Otherwise, you know where you stand. Okay? What is the oracle message for this reading for Cancer for July? Thank you, Spirit. I used the whole deck for you. I like that. Building blocks. And why? Questioning why. Yes, exactly. You were questioning everything. Now you need to question and say, you know what if I say it? What's going to happen? Well, we will read both. Go with what your intuition tells you. Let's read building blocks. 28. From 28, you were at 27. And that would have been exchanging gifts. So you had an exchange, and that's where you were not trusting. Something you're not trusting. The law of giving and receiving, currency, trades off, weighing costs and determining value. So you were not too sure. Let's see the protection on that one. All your hard work and efforts, your commitment to learning, creating, and spending your time wisely pay off in ways you may not have been anticipating. That's what's coming to you now. The gifts of yourself, your time and your ideas and the energy of your intentions are being reciprocated by the universe, which is sending you signs and signals, aligning synchronistic meetings and opportunities to bring you success and more. Everything is an exchange. Keep doing what you're doing. Goodwill comes back tenfold. This is why I'm telling you, everything that you set up before that you didn't trust, or you felt it was not working in your favor, the next steps you make will bring it in, because everything we saw is to come in by the 1st and 2nd week of August. That is what I felt from the very beginning of this reading. So let's see. The 28 would be the building blocks. Strong foundations, a beautiful work in progress. So you are on the right track. Have that faith in yourself, that innovation that you are feeling. Go with it, because it is divinely guided. This is higher knowledge, whether it is in school, in work, or in a personal relationship, for marriage, for getting into a relationship. You're just starting off, you want to go steady, or you're thinking you would like to go steady. All of that is implicated here. Let's read on the oracle message. Let's read the oracle message. You have everything you need to cultivate an extraordinary life. This is a time when your focus needs to be on the foundations you build upon. Your work, your relationships, and your very being are underwritten by your values, ethics, morals, and core beliefs. Are they still true for you? Will they stand the test of time and serve as a solid grounding upon which you construct your life? Now you are making changes that will affect everything in a positive way. Your destiny is truly a remarkable and beautiful design. Here it is, and that's what I was telling you. You're creating change. You're getting the truth. That uncertainty that you are going to get, the truth is going to come, and it's going to bring in that. It's going to solidify your next decision, that decision to move forward. Questioning why. Let's take a look at that. The 31. Let's see. 31. This is at the bottom of the deck. So this is Spirit just saying to you, follow through. Let's see. 31. Why? Motives, driving intention, the power of knowing the why. We're going to look at the relationships on that one. We don't always know why we engage in our relationships in the way that we do, mostly because our feelings aren't always logical. Now is the time to recognize whether you are being triggered by someone else, or if your behavior is motivated or unresolved Let me read that again. Now is the time to recognize whether you are being triggered by someone else, or if your behavior is motivated by unresolved issues in the past. When you ask yourself, why am I feeling like this, and why did I say that, and spend some time in introspection, the answers may be surprising. Listen to the messages from your intuition, from the knowing deep within you. What does it tell you about yourself and others? In the end, life is all about being loved, miracles, and a deep understanding of your needs and how to get them met are the buried treasures of the why. Uncover them by posing the most powerful question you can ask yourself and your partner today. Why? Again, it comes back to the beginning. That uncertainty that you were feeling before is going to change. Your life is turning around. You're becoming more and more comfortable. Maybe it's with the person that you're with. Why are you with this person? That's a good question to ask. But don't think too hard on this. You need to feel your way because of our Empress and our High Priestess. The Empress and the High Priestess down here. Again, this is for honor. You have it. This is a healing. There's stability. That denial about the past. You have to go through those. You have to go through that. You're going to have conversation. You're going to talk about things. You're going to free up yourself. You're going to admit that you want to be in a relationship if you don't want. If you didn't want to before, you're going to say it now and you're going to feel that. Cancer, I thank you for your subscribes, your likes. I'm still thinking about what I want to tell you. No other messages are coming. I just had that pause there. Until our next read, love and light.